uh, for our first speaker of the day, for our first speaker of the session, we have Dr. Ahmed. Dr. Ahmed is a pharmacy graduate from the Beirut Arab University. He founded Wolf Apparel, a fitness clothing company, during his academic years, and is also the former president of the Lebanese Pharmaceutical Students Association. During his tenure, he was awarded Best Association in the Middle East. Alongside his work with LPSA, Dr. Ahmed has experience as student faculty ambassador, an academic advisory team president. He has attended a variety of conferences where he has served as an official delegate, speaker, and moderator. He started his career off at a top MNC as a medical representative and now serves as a business development specialist for PharmaVgate Academy. Pleasure to have you with us today, sir.
Okay, so hello everyone. Hello, Mr. Nurjan. Thank you so much for the introduction. I'm Ahmed Badir, as Mr. Nurjan already introduced, the business development specialist at PharmaVgate Academy. We are very proud to be here with you today with the International Pharma Students Federation, and we entertain the privilege to be sponsoring the Innov8 Competition. Thank you for the short introduction about the competition. As you already know, guys, to give you a short introduction about PharmaVgate Academy. We already know that there's a huge amount of pharmacy students graduate each year throughout the whole world. But throughout the academic part of our journey, we know that we have part of it where we do a training in a community pharmacy or a hospital pharmacy. And by that, some people do it in an A-class pharmacy and some do it B or C or D. What do we mean by that? Is that people gain so much experience doing it in such a pharmacy, and the other doesn't gain that level of experience. Also, it does happen in the clinical part, in the hospital pharmacy. Some people take a huge amount of experience while the other take an average part. For that, PharmaVgate is reshaping the future of pharmacy education by giving a simulation experience for the hands-on training, where we do it through the virtual reality or the augmented reality, where we all have the same cases or we all take the same level of experience. Unfortunately, which is very more professional by the market, along with the virtual trainings that we do for the corporates. So in a nutshell, PharmaVgate is a door for innovation. It's a platform where we can transfer the educational content into interactive virtual learning one. A platform for interact and run practical science using AR and VR. Thank you for listening for my part, and now we move to the second part of this presentation.
Thank you, Dr. Ahmed. So our second speaker for this workshop session is Dr. Sarah Ramadan, founder and CEO of PharmaVgate Academy. She's a mother, pharmacist, and entrepreneur. She has 15 years of experience in the field as an academic educator and an international pharmaceutical corporate consultant. She chose to leave the corporate sector and as an entrepreneur intends to change the way we receive pharmaceutical training and education. She hopes to empower more women in the high-tech industry and bridge the gap between pharma education and hands-on experience that we as pharmacists require. Thank you for joining us today, ma'am.
Okay. Thanks, Nurjan, for the host, and thanks for being with you. It's my pleasure to be with you today. And as Ahmed said, it was like a dream to make pharmacists more empowered. You can hear me well, right? Okay, so our passion now is how to bring more innovation into pharma education. We know how pharmacists are so good and they are like struggling many hours just to make all the information that will be backed, we have it with knowledge, and how to use this information. So we started what we call it a PharmaVgate Academy, which is a concept more than a company. It's about how to merge between pharma science and between technology as well. We need more pharmacists to be empowered as well as will be in the tech part. So we can say that we have a journey to transform the content that we have as a pharmacist into more dynamic and interactive experience. We're using VR and AR. And that's why this year we are at Innovate. We are so passionate to have more insights from your perspective as a student And we opened this kind of a challenge this year for pharmacists to come share how we can implement more solutions and ideas regarding the pharma education using those technologies. So it's like a big, we can say, a hype now. We empower everyone. We're looking for more pharmacists to come and see how they can figure out what will be the VR and AR in the pharma education can be done, and how this can empower the journey of pharma learning and development. So I guess that will be the core of Innovate this year. If you have any question or you need anything, that will be fine. I guess from now till the due date of the submission, we will be there. We have the social media Facebook group to give more insights and mentorship for pharmacists who are willing to go for the Innov8 competition this year. And top 5 will be the one who will be selected. And from those top 5, we will take the best ideas and we work with the pharmacists to make it real into business and make it happen for the pharma education. That's it, I guess, for everything for Innovate. If you have more questions for this, I guess we are more open to share it and to talk it about.
Thank you, Dr. Sarah. We'll be proceeding to the Q&A session.
Yes.
We have some previously collected questions from our initial registration form for Innovate, and I will start with those questions now. So our first question is with regard to the proposals that the students would have to prepare. Does the proposal have to include both gamification and extended reality, or can it be only one of the two topics?
Okay, that's a very good question, to be honest. So whenever we started to, we can say, transform the journey of pharma learning, we are focusing on two concepts. So gamification can be considered as a one concept as a whole, and XR can be the other concept. So either you blend both, or you can use any one of them. That will be very accepted. Maybe we have only one condition, that we try to make this tech-enabled, so it will be more scalable and can reach more pharmacists whenever they are.
And for our second question, is there a specific audience to target when creating a proposal idea? Would it be better to target both pharmacy students and the public, or would it be preferred if it were more complex and advanced only for students and the use in college education?
Okay, that's also a very valid question, and thanks for sharing. Regarding this, since we started, our focus was the first pharmacy educators and pharmacy students. So we feel that, especially for the last year and graduates, the fresh grads pharmacists, it will be very essential to go into this technology and this kind of enabling. But we are open as well to find solutions that can cover anyone in the pharma, and we try to, as you told, cover the gap. So we can have a bridge between any segment to other, or any country to another as well. We have two major challenges, we can say, if we can focus on those. First will be the hardware part, because XR and gamification needs most of the time will be hardware devices that you would use. And second will be the unification of the content. How we make sure that there will be a unified or a consistent content that can be replicated between one university, one school to other, because we need pharmacists to be more connected, and as well as building the same hands-on experience that will be fundamental. Yes, you can customize it from one place to other, but the main concept, the main fundamentals should be covered everywhere. So I guess, yes, this will be this will be only the concept that we are adopting.
Thank you, Dr. Sarah. So we have a slightly kind of generic question right now. Do we have to know a lot of computer science to develop solutions in VR and AR for this competition?
Okay, that's very nice. And I used to be an academic for more than 16 years before I turned into this kind of concept of using gamification XR. And since I started PharmaVgate Academy, I learned to do coding, AI, VR, and everything. So now we try also to bring some kind of different paradigm, different mindset for pharmacists to go, not to be in the computer science, but at least they can manage whatever they have. So it would be very nice if you can go, have some researches about this science and how we can, we have a dream in PharmaVgate that one day we will have people who will do the VR and AI who will be basically like a pharmacist, but they know how to do it. So if you have the passion for this, sure, this will be the best place for you to be in. So I hope that you will have blended, but it's not necessary to have any computer science experience.
Thank you, Dr. Sarah. So I think we have just a few more questions to go through. Could you give us some ideas as in existing solutions that have already been developed in VR and AR in pharmacy education?
Yeah, sure. We have many. And to be honest, pharmacists are not that much luckier than like physicians, because using XR or using VR and AR in education, it's not a new concept, but we are not using this that much in pharmacy, we feel. But you can find that NHS as a hospital, they acquired XR since long time to how they can train the surgeons and physicians to go through the basic major surgeries, or even in the lab, and they can go with their patient, because this is very nice as well. We try to cover two aspects: the knowledge aspect of pharmaceutical sciences, as well as the behavioral part, because we need pharmacists to be more competent to the market. They can understand and they can expect what they can find as a major challenges in their daily life. So we have a lot, and we'll try to be more interactive coming days through the Facebook, our Facebook PharmaVgate Academy, or the Innovate Facebook as well. So we try to give them some glimpse and ideas about other solutions that they can get inspired from. So just stay tuned with us on the social media. We'll give you some kind of guidance in this. If anyone have specific questions more, even after the session, we will be ready, more than ready, to answer it all.
Okay, thank you, Dr. Sarah. Thank you for that wonderful answer. So we have a little bit of an interesting question here. So pharmacies are different around the world. Should we design an education module according to our own country, or should it be something universal?
That's totally flexible, because you know best. So if you feel that my country is not doing that much good, and I want to empower my students and my colleagues around, so I can focus only in my country, that will be very fair. But if you feel that, no, I have a bigger solution that might cover other countries or can be replicated, also you can have it. But the main important part, that you know where you will implement your solution, because this will be part of our roadmap. Whenever we go into existence and business model, then we will discover this and we will go deeper into this, how to make it real into life. So you choose whatever you feel the best, but make sure that you did some research regarding this point.
Thank you, Dr. Sarah. So I actually have a question myself. Become a bit curious because of all the information I've been getting. So how do you differentiate augmented and extended reality? How much of an impact does the difference create?
Okay, so we were lucky, because since day one, we worked very deeply with the proof of concept of using gamification and XR in pharma education. And we did this around the Middle East here, in Dubai, in Egypt, and even in Germany. We went to test it. And we found that more than 90% of the focus and attention will be more increased with the students, especially with the practical part. Knowledge retention also was more than like 65%. And for all the behavioral body was like boosting for how they perceive the challenge. So the using of XR, which is extended realities that can combine VR, AR, AI, anything that will be in this area, you can use it to not only to double, maybe X times, 10 times X, that you can boost the education, boost the impact, because pharmacists can see and feel the consequences of their choices, the consequences of their behavior at the same moment. So it's really amazing to use this one. And I guess coming days, we will find many solutions in this. Hopefully it will be mainly in pharma, because engineering, physicians are taking the main big share of this. And we want more pharmacists to be more creative into the sport. So it will be huge. And also we can share some of the numbers in this. You will get astonished with it.
So with respect to gamification, could you give us an example of where gamification has been used in pharmacy education in the current times?
Sure. Gamification is a big and wide concept, and you can use it from even have a small role play. You can round it or have it or reflective learning session inside your classroom or inside your lab, till you have the more sophisticated gamification elements, like whenever you have big games, whenever you have recognition, or you have prizes, or whatever you have as a challenge. So gamification is a part of how you interact and react with the participant that makes sure that everyone is involved in the process and everyone can learn from each other. So it's a wide like concept. Inside gamification, we can use the XR like a VR and AR. So it's only to assure that pharmacists will not be ever like a receiver for information and knowledge only. No, they will be the one. And let me give you one inspirational example. We have it before. It was in US, and in one time they were trying to find a solution for antibacterial. So they were doing research. You know how it will be like a tough process. But one of our guys, he started to make a game to make sure how the combining of the receptors will be. So he just wrap up the game, and everyone was trying randomly to figure the key and match. And within 2 weeks, we found the solution for this kind of binding protein for the receptors. Instead of using 10 years of research and tons and millions of dollars to have the research, you did it in a game. So gamification can be from simple elements to the big sophisticated one. And you choose whatever you will use it and how you will use it.
It's pretty interesting to see that gamification can reduce the amount of time taken to process a lot of work because it becomes more involved to the person using it. So I was wondering if you could clarify more on the challenge aspect of the topic using gamification and extended reality for a solution. So what is expected out of the participants? What target aspects do you expect them to cover in this competition?
Okay, so right now, if I'm a pharmacy student or a fresh grad and I feel that I met something during my study in my university or school that can be improved, that can be empowered using any element of gamification or XR, that means I can bring an idea to cover it, to have it. So you can work, and because I saw that some questions came to us, shall I work alone or I need a team? We have it like a teamwork challenge. So it will be with 3 to 4 students who will work together, or pharmacists who will work together to find a solution that can empower, that can make the process easier, more interactive, and more, we can say, as well, immersive for them. So you can choose any element that you find that's interesting using the tech that will be much prepared, and you go for a proposal. I feel that if I cover this element with gamification or XR, it might give an impact, a positive impact on the students and educator as well. Because the amazing part that we are doing in PharmaVgate that we try to blend both. So we try to make sure that students are really immersed, really interacting, but as well we give an enabler tool for educators. So educators can be part of the process. It will make it easier for them to manage and also to compete. So you can differentiate your learning style. You can have like flexibility of learning for everyone. So people can learn and pharmacists can learn whenever they can go. And because also we have this, we will give certificates for the top 5, I guess, teams. I'm not sure about the evaluation, but you will find everything in the file that we have it through IPSF, I guess. So there was a file that will be shared and everything will be clear there. You can find the evaluation criteria, timing of submission, the team members that you need to have with you to work with, and everything else will be easy to access. If you still have any question, just follow our social media and we will answer any single question.
Thank you again, Dr. Sarah, for clarifying. Again, to all the attendees, please do refer to the call for participants to understand the mechanism of the competition. And if you have any more questions, please put it up on the Slido. We have another questions for you, Doctor. As you mentioned, AI and technology play a major role in pharmacy. So do you think that AI machine learning should be included in our syllabus while we are studying our degrees?
Okay, that's very interesting and very tough to be honest. But I feel that even fundamental should be, because even pharmacy as an pharmaceutical sciences is very big. It's very wide range of study, but we miss the big part if we are not moving forward into technology. And I remember one of our best friends, he's an engineer, and he told me that if pharmacists will not develop how they are perceiving and how they are operating the jobs today, within coming 10 years, the engineers will take everything. So there will be nothing left over for them, because with automation and robotics and everything, your role as a pharmacist will totally change. Now you need to have a mission how you can do this. That's why even in PharmaVgate, we have implemented AI, and we opened the door for pharmacists to learn AI more. So we can have a programmer who can develop it from the scratch, and they are pharmacists in the basics, but also they can blend the AI or the computer sciences. So yes, this is very essential for me. From my perspective, yes, I feel you need. And by the way, I'm learning AI right now, and hopefully we can find something interesting in this for us.
Thank you, Doc. It is true that we do need to move technology forward to make advancements. I have a question with regard to the scalability section for evaluation of these ideas. How should a team visualize the scalability of their project? How do they start building it up?
Okay, that's a very good questions, and to be honest, it's a very not easy to answer, because the scalability will be variable from different place to other. And some people ask even if it should be only an idea. So if I have a good idea, that will be enough, or I need to have something like application as well to be done. Regardless of both, you can work on the idea first, but make sure that if you have an idea and you're using this in Uganda, me here in Dubai, I can use it. If can this be done in two different places with different cultures, different, we can say economics, that means that you might be more closer to scalability than others. So try to make sure how you can link the dots. If we have two universities that will be in two different continents, can they work together to have this or bring this into existence? Or it will be like a solo, so a solo player also will play. It will be also good if we can have it, because we know that some countries like Egypt, for example, I came from Egypt. So I know we have big numbers and huge numbers of students, of pharma practitioners and professionals, but still they are looking for something. So if you are bringing something to Egypt specifically, which will cover this, that will be totally acceptable. But if you can bring it more into like India, or you bring it to US, that means you are scalable enough to be big as a business. So you choose your scalability, but to make sure that this will be an added value.
Thank you, Dr. Sarah. That was one of our, we have one last question. So is it okay if we not just come up with an idea, but is it all right for participants to design an application that involves gamification and extended reality for this competition?
You will never start an app without an idea. Everything will start with an idea. So as much as you can go to develop your idea and be ready, as I told you, our main challenge this year that we tried to bring a concept that pharmacists can create and innovate. They are not only receivers, no, they did such a great job in every aspect, but maybe we need to open doors, new doors for pharmacists to make something different. So whatever you will bring an idea or an app or a website or whatever you name it, we work with you to make sure this will happen, as long as it will fulfill the criteria of selection and you are one of the top 5 at least. And we work with you in the mentorship. Whatever needed, we will try to support as long as we go.
Thank you, Dr. Sarah. Thank you for clarifying all the questions and giving us so much insight on the new topics such as AR, VR, and extended reality. That was our last question for the day. Thank you so much for your time. And to all the attendees and the workshop registrants for Innovate, please do join our social media page, and Dr. Sarah and Dr. Ahmed will be there to answer any questions for you. Thank you so much for joining us today.
It's my pleasure, and thanks for hosting us and to have you. And we just started the innovation, I guess, and we hope this will be like a full years of innovation for pharmacists. And we are so open even for the universities and schools, if they can arrange this, and if we have mentors as well at the schools, so they can mentor the teams, till they will have a good idea that can be implemented in business. It will be highly appreciated for them as well to support, and let's make something that will be really wow.
Thank you for joining us, Dr. Sarah and Dr. Ahmed. Thank you.
Thank you. See you.